my Dallas make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, once it was over with, win or lose, I'm here. And I have to admit, I wish I wasn't here. But I'm here. I'm here. Well, you know, I mean, I got a list here, but you know, I don't even need the notes. First of all, welcome to the show. Post-game show of tonight's scrimmage game. Let's start that off right there. It was a scrimmage game. And before we start with everybody tonight, I hope that you would share your 49er fans that they on the rampage tonight. I know a few of them gonna be looking for me. I ain't hard to find. I'm here. I told you I would be. If you're watching this replay in the morning, here I am. It won't be live because I'm live right now. It is 10:38 here in Memphis. I said I would do the post-game show. Here I am. So if you're watching the replay, you can put your comments in, and trust me, I will get them. I don't know if I'm going to respond. I got to tell you that, but I'll be here for that. I'm trying to figure out how I can start it and then flow. Real simple. Hello to those that are on Podbean. Hello to those. Let me see if some folks there. Okay. Hello to all of you. Got this stuff going on right here. Janky looking. All right, let's start it off. A thorough tail whooping. That's the bottom line of what happened tonight. We got our tail toe cat raggedy. Bottom line, the 49ers are the better football team. It was a scrimmage game. You know when you playing ball and you just, it was almost like Georgia playing, Tennessee State University. I mean, it's not even. It wasn't even a fair fight. It was over with right from the beginning. And I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I see 49er fans popping up. Won't be no call-ins tonight, so I'm gonna do this and keep going because y'all keep me here another 2 hours, and I'm not doing it. Cowboys that made me tired tonight. I say to call in. I say the call in for tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Okay. It was a flat out destruction. The Cowboys, it was a total beatdown in every facet of the game. The Cowboys did not even leave any drama. It was just over in the first quarter, to be honest with you. And I can get into that in a little bit. But I feel like going off tonight. All right. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now, if you're a Cowboy fan and you don't like to hear your team criticized, you probably need to just go to bed now. Because as I done said on many a times, I will cheer them when they do right. And then, of course, when they play like trash, I'm going to tell it like it is. And I'll just go ahead and tell you now, they look like trash tonight. Bottom line, no question. The Cowboys do not have the best defense in the NFL. That belongs to the San Francisco 49ers. No question. No question. Our defense got 8 alive. I guess I started there. All right, let me put this down real quick. All right, Steve Mitchell. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to do this for you, Steve. See, I don't know what you really saying there. I think I see it, but about you probably might want to clarify that just a little bit better for me, because if you're saying what I think you're saying, you can't spell. That's number one. And if you are saying it, then I'm going to get you on out of here. How about that? So clarify what you're saying before I move on, because what we're not going to do is you're not going to come to my show, at least, and do that. So clarify that for me before I go and put a FedEx sticker on you and send you on out of here. Which one, Steve Mitchell, need you to clarify that. Go ahead and clarify that for me. Y'all hold on for a minute. Now, if you ain't going to say nothing, I'm just going to assume that you're saying what I think you're saying, and I'm just going to go on, put you on out of here, put a FedEx sticker on you. We don't do that here. I'm waiting. I'm gonna give you my little openness. I'm gonna give my little opening. I'm paying attention real quick. I'm talking into the phone. So you one of them smart alley guys. Okay. I'm saying you're I'm saying, oh, you, well, I am a black guy, so, well, I just don't go by the term that you use, Steve, but, I ain't going to argue with you, bro. I ain't going to argue with you, We don't do that here on this show, so, yeah, I'm going to go and get them out. You can go and find you another one, but, hey, grow up, man, before you do that. Before I boot you out of here, grow up. What we don't do is internet type bullying and all that kind of stuff. Cause you call me that. Okay. That's thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I've been called worse. You know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate you though. I'm glad you showed your face. Now learn how to spell first, since you're gonna spell it. Yeah, I know. But you gotta learn how to spell first. See, Niger is a country. I'm sorry you're uneducated, but Niger is a country. What you're trying to spell, go on to the dictionary and go find it. I don't do that over here, man. Get your raggedy tail out of my show. That's what you do. I'll let you. That's the first person that I had to block all 2 or 3 years. All right. Yeah, I got power over here. I can kick whoever I want out of my show at any time. So we'll get that out of there. Yeah, he out. He gone. Blocked him out. Uh, as I was saying, just a flat out beat down of tonight. The Cowboys, uh, Cowboys are not the best defense in the league. That's obvious. That is the San Francisco 49ers. It's just that simple. There's nothing else to say. And it's not because they did it against the Cowboys. It's what they've done all year long. They are legit. I mean, not that they beat the Cowboys. They was already legit, as we said on the show. They're better. They're better. And they showed it tonight, 1,000%. 1,000%. We got a long way to go. We're not, as I said, and I'm going to say it, I told you. Now, if you're a Cowboy fan and you don't like the truth, you probably need to go and leave now. Now, I'll check you out maybe tomorrow once you done cool down. But, I came out here and said that the Giants don't belong. I said the Jets didn't belong. I said the Cardinals didn't belong. And I said, well, I didn't say that about the Patriots. But tonight, we don't belong. We're not on the level of the San Francisco 49ers. Nowhere near close. They have our number. It just is not anything other than that said. Well, if you may not agree with me saying we don't belong or whatever, but the one thing you can't deny Cowboy fans is they have our number. They do. I don't care how you look at it. Close game, we can't win them. Then we got destroyed. We got out coached tonight. That's another thing. And I guess I'll go on my little tirade here. First of all, let's go with this. You've been a part of my show. I said that we got to play physical. Got to go at them. If there's a bully in the house, you got to go hit the bully in the mouth. You got to hit the bully in the mouth. You can't finesse your way out the game. You can't do that with a team that is known as a bully and play downhill. You got to hit somebody in the mouth. I be dang, I thought Kellen Moore was still on this team because from the first drive, Mike McCarthy tried to outsmart whoever their defensive coordinator is, Steve Wilkes, by lining up Dak Prescott in the shotgun just about for the first 2 to 3 drives. He didn't run the ball. Listen to me. Tony Pollard, even in the trash time, the man didn't even have 10 carries. What? All the talk. We got our offensive line back this game. We got everybody back. You got your offensive line back, but you ain't use them. You use them in pass protection the whole game. That's not how we roll. Or at least it shouldn't be. He looked like Kellen Moore tonight. 1,000%. What you should do, you didn't do. That was run the football. Then what you shouldn't have done, you did. And that is line up Dak Prescott in the shotgun all night long, which leads to Dak Prescott. When are we as an organization going to stop making or have this mistaken identity that Dak Prescott is that guy? Okay? Listen to me. Listen to me. I know y'all ain't gonna like it. Listen to me. I ain't saying he ain't gonna get paid. I ain't saying he is, what, he don't deserve money or whatever. But you can't line up Dak Prescott in the shotgun 40 some odd times. You just cannot do that. You can line up Patrick Mahomes in the shotgun 40 times. Yeah, you'll want that. You can't line up Dak Prescott. He's not that type of quarterback. He's not. He is not. If the game, remember what I said in the pregame show. In the pregame show, I said tonight's game is going to be about what team is going to make the other quarterback have to make the plays of the game. That a team cannot, whoever takes away the running game away and put the game in their hands, that's who's going to have to win the game. I be dang. Uh, I'll go to another spot in just a second. But if you ain't calling running plays, are you sitting there telling me that you gonna put the ball in Dak Prescott hand like that? Really? Dak's not that. He's just not that type of guy. He's just. I mean, y'all know some of y'all don't like it, but I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all don't want to hear me, but it's the truth. He's not that type of quarterback. He's just not. And here's the sad part. The stigma continues for Dak. And I'm not blaming Dak because we got our butts kicked in every phase of the game. In every phase. It's just what on. This is not for those who are gonna say it's all Dak. No, we were losing, before it really got out of hand. We couldn't stop nobody. I'll get to the defense in just a second. But if you're gonna go down and say he's not, he's just, you can't say here, Dak, we down 20 or we down 17 and say, hey, bring us on back and try to win the game. Now, I've seen games like what we saw tonight, and Dak made the game look respectable, but he hadn't won. And right now, the stigma, I don't care how you dress it up. I'm back. Right now, you can't, y'all forgive me, something happened with the internet. It's just like the game tonight. Something happened with the Cowboys. So we lights out. Listen, Dak has not won, or the Cowboys have not won these type of games. The story continues. Now, some of y'all gonna blame it on Dak. Okay. Some of y'all gonna blame it on, whatever. It's whoever you blame it on. The bottom line is these type of games, the facts say that the Cowboys just do not win. It ain't just started. It's been like this for a while. I don't know why my internet keep popping in and out, but it is. I guess it might be time to go to bed. But anyway, I'll try to keep it going. We're not that, we're just not built for that, for a comeback like that. We just not. We're a front running team. We're not a comeback like that. Not when we get down like that. We ain't built that way. And we do not. What's up, Ben? What's going on? We don't have the proper tools We don't have the proper tools to make a comeback like this. We just don't. And sooner or later, we're going to have to start telling the truth about our team. Mike McCarthy got out coached tonight, 1,000%. He had just a horrible game plan. Horrible. I don't know what he thought about trying to pass them out and then run the ball later. I don't get it. I'll leave it at that. And I'll go with Dak a little bit later. Defensively, Dan Quinn got his butt handed to him tonight. 1,000%. He couldn't stop nothing. Wrong game plan for him. Why are we in a zone the whole night? You weren't gonna sack the quarterback because I told you guys Purdy gets it out fast. You're not gonna get a sack. The ball is out in 2 seconds. I mean, you're not gonna get there. Now, what we did see was what I had said again. When the ball comes out quick like that, your best bet is to tell your defensive linemen to get their hands up, which is what you saw with Hankins twice. Just get your hands up because Purdy is throwing little slants and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is he had all the time in the world because we didn't get to him. And let me say this about Purdy. I owe him an apology. Okay? I owe him an apology. Purdy is pretty good. He ain't the best quarterback in the league, but he can gut you. He reads the field extremely well, and he did throw the ball down the field a little bit tonight. But he didn't have to because, again, what did we say at the beginning of when we started talking about the 49ers? We got to put them in third and long. We can give them the third down, but if it's third down and 1 or 2, that ain't nothing. All they're going to do is hand the ball off, and which leads to this. We can't stop the run. It was proved tonight. We can't stop the run. Remember I said it. The blowout wins that we had took the scoreboard, took the running game away. But what happens when a team runs their game plan, especially if they're a running football team? Okay? What happens? Can we finally see us stop the run? We can't stop the run. At least we can't stop the 49ers. McCaffrey, every time first down, looked like he was getting 7, 8 yards. I think the only one they kind of locked in on really was, when Debo got the ball. Debo just didn't break out like that. But that other kid, Mason, y'all saw what he did. Come on now. We can't stop the run. We cannot stop the run. And we ain't figured it out yet, which down the road may come back and hurt us again. We still ain't seen Philly yet, and they gonna run it. I'm just saying, I'm just calling it like it is. Can't stop the run. You're not gonna beat. We can't get to our most effective way of playing defense when it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. That's not what we built for. We're built for 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. That's how we go ahead and get on people. We never got that opportunity. I'm looking at some of your comments. I'm sorry, they're all coming in so fast. Kay says also big time. If you tell our wide receivers got separation, if you go back and look, they know our plays and where the wide receivers are going every play. Well, that's why Mike McCarthy got our coach. If you know that's what the play is, change up the set. Certainly, you got more routes than a slant and a comeback route. Certainly, you got. What happened to what's up, Vincent? What happened to the drag routes? What happened to a curl route in the middle of a zone? Since they weren't playing man. I mean, what happened to different route combinations? And I can't say it was real great pass rush by the 49ers. It was just they had the ball and you know they knew the plays. And then I ain't gonna say they knew the plays, they just had good coverage. And then Dak held the ball too long. Instead of trying to throwing it away, of course, he got sacked a few times. And let me say this about Dak, and there's nothing that you can't blame Dak for. It's just that his mind says that he's the Dak Prescott prior to his ankle injury. I think we all saw tonight that Dak Prescott is slow, and you can't blame him for that. He just can't outrun nobody no more. He's really a downhill quarterback if he runs, but he can when he goes side to side, he really don't have that type speed anymore. That surgery slowed him down, obviously, and it's expected. But Dak has never been a guy to throw the ball away. He believes that he can make a play out of, just gonna hold the ball, gonna get away, and then try to make a play. That don't help. Route combinations were horrible tonight. And I ain't looked at the all 22 film yet. I already know it's bad. Little stop routes, little comeback routes, little out routes. I mean, simple stuff. You're not even challenging them. And then the other thing is, why are we running play action pass when you ain't even established the run? I mean, what they ain't biting on no fake. You ain't ran the ball enough to be trying to do play action. I mean, come on now. You wasting a good second trying to. They ain't biting on no play action fake. You down 17 points. Shoot, what? Why are we doing the play action? I mean, come on now. Penalties. That's another thing that killed us. I mean, good Lord. I mean, come on now. I mean, the same stuff. It's the same stuff. And the thing about the Cowboys have always been, we either win spectacularly or then we lose spectacularly. Usually, there's no middle ground. It ain't just started this year. It's every year. It's the same story. And we've been seeing the same story no matter who the coach was, no matter who the offensive coordinator was, no matter who the quarterback is. It's the same thing every year. The big games, going all the way back to Romo and Garrett, it's the same story. Whenever we have these type of games, we always on the short end of the stick. Romo had the same issue. It is what it is. Romo couldn't do it either. He has and Dak is slowly but surely, since we all blamed it on Romo, then we're going to blame it on Dak too. If that's the stigma that he had, Tony Romo is excuse me, Dak Prescott is looking like Tony Romo. I know y'all don't like it. It's just the truth. Y'all said Tony Romo couldn't win the big game, had all the stats. His stats look like he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But then you say, no, he ain't never win the big games. Guess what? Same story. Now, at the end of the year, it's the same story. At the end of the year, and we got plenty of football left, but at the end of the year, the Dallas Cowboys probably have about 8, 9 Pro Bowl players. And that's what we're going to have to show for it. The stars didn't show up tonight. We ain't run the ball, Dylan. It's easy to shut it down when you ain't ran it. Man, the first 3 drives, we didn't even have a first down because we were passing the ball. Why are we passing the ball so much? It's mistaken identity. I've been done told y'all. Stop trying to make Dak Prescott the goddamn MVP. He's not that type of guy, quarterback. He's not. You establish the run. Y'all, it's just hard for me to understand it. Listen, you got Tyler Smith, Tyler Biotics, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. And in the first 3 drives, you're going to sit here and tell me that you gonna line up Dak Prescott and you gonna have these offensive linemen going backwards in pass protection, instead of them laying on guys, going forward, establishing the run, and the score wasn't out of hand. Then it's at the beginning of the game. I don't get it. I don't get what Mike McCarthy's play calling tonight. Why are we steadily trying to pass our way? The game didn't belong in Dak Prescott's hands at the beginning of the game when it was 7-0. Even at 14 nothing. That's where we finally scored when he threw the pass to Turpin. That was 14-7. Why in the world are we passing the ball so much? You got to try to run it out. You can't they made Dak Prescott, or we made it, we helped them. We made us one-dimensional tonight. And Dak Prescott is not the type of quarterback that you can just say, hey, shotgun your way to a victory. You can't do it. But here's the thing, Kate, and I get what you're saying. I don't think I am wrong, because to be honest with you, he's been that way his whole career. He was that way with he was that way with Jason Garrett. He was. Slants, that's all we ran. You know that. We ran comeback routes. That's all we ran. Nothing really down the field. Not really. Except when it was just wide open, even with Amari Cooper and all that. He was just he's best at throwing the ball short. That's why they jumped the routes tonight, because they know they ain't going down the field. They know that he ain't going down the field. They know the slant route coming. They know the little stop route is coming. They know it's coming. That's all we do. That's all we do. You don't see no post routes. You don't see no dig routes. You don't see no drag route. You don't see nothing up the seam in the middle. You don't, you every now and then you'll see a go route. That's it. That's the Cowboys route tree for the last, that go back to the Jason Garrett days. Now the receivers back in the day, with Romo, they ran a lot of different stuff. Huh? You can't the thing what I'm saying about no, I ain't forgot about it, Kate. No, 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 no. Oh no. I ain't forgot about that. He's got a lot of wins on his resume. He just ain't won the games. Now that's the truth. He just ain't won the games. The only game that I remember that he just he won was last year in the playoff game against Tampa, where he just showed out. He did. Hey, I give him that. But every other playoff game, I know he came back against Rodgers, after being down 31-3 and all that. He made the game look respectable. A lot of the stigma that he has is Dak's yards are always garbage yards coming back when teams play off. That's the stigma that hadn't been put away yet. I've seen him go through comeback games against teams that, aren't on this level like the 49ers. I've seen that. I give you that. But when it's time for these type games, Cade, we ain't won. And it ain't all on Dak. Don't get it wrong. Because, again, even that Green Bay game, playoff game, the defense couldn't stop nothing. Tonight, the defense couldn't stop nothing. So it's not all on Dak. But when it's a total team destruction tonight, from coaching all the way down. Mike McCarthy was horrible tonight. Mike McCarthy was horrible. And he gonna get lit up tomorrow. Now, tomorrow morning, oh my God. Oh, the Cowboys will get destroyed tomorrow. I mean, all this week. And they supposed to. So the leader of the cult will be on point tomorrow. Stephen A. Smith will be in rare form tomorrow. I heard he already got something out already. Oh, they're going to talk bad about us tomorrow. It's going to happen. Shannon Sharp, it's going to happen. And some of this is going to be deservingly so. Mike McCarthy, horrible. Dak Prescott tonight, horrible. I can't say Pollard was horrible. They ain't give him the ball. What do you have? 7 carries? 8 carries tonight? Really? Oh, my God. Come on now. Really? Is that right? You know, and this without even looking at it, I mean, like, I just don't understand it. I'm y'all. Let me make sure, because this is a podcast show. You want to be accurate. You want to be accurate. So I'm about to be a little accurate now. They are better, Chris. They are better than us. We ain't never beat them. It's the truth. They are better than us. We're not even on the. We didn't belong. We don't belong. Tony Pollard, 8 carries. Really? How you gonna win it? Rico Dow, 5 carries for 15 yards. I ain't gonna even count Deuce Vaughn's carries because that was after they all sat down. So I ain't counting it. Dak Prescott, 14 for 24, 153 yards, a 6.4 average, 1 touchdown and 3 picks. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't defend that. I can't. 51.6 quarterback rating. I can't defend that. I'm sorry. I know y'all. I know we gonna try to find some of y'all gonna try to find ways to say Dak this, Dak not that, Dak not that. The stats don't lie. Horrible game playing tonight. Coach McCarthy didn't put the team in position enough to make to have a winning formula, and the players didn't execute. Obviously, defense got tore up. Well, Chris, the thing about it though, Chris, is that's what Jerry Jones do. This ain't nothing new. And that's why Jerry probably should never say anything right after the game, but Jerry been doing it for 30 years. He shouldn't probably never say nothing, but he's a star, so he's gonna say something. Okay. So that ain't nothing new. So Jerry will put it out there, and plus he's frustrated because I don't care if the 49ers beat us. Well, I care if the 49ers beat us. But one thing that nobody expected was that it was going to be a scrimmage game. They really made us look like we don't belong on the field. They made us a laughing stock tonight. And here we go again. I see you, Gary, my brother in here. How long have we been saying this? I mean, how many more years we got to say something like this right here? We got how many years I got to keep saying the same thing? We got a mistaken identity. I was in a chat. I was in a chat while the game was going on, and somebody put in this ridiculous narrative that I keep trying to tell everybody, talking about how great of a leader Dak is. And you know, he has the right makeup for that. See, all that character stuff off the field, that don't mean nothing on the field. I've been trying to say the same thing. Just because he's the NFL Man of the Year, that was well deserved based off his work that he did off the field in the community. But what he does off the field in the community does not have absolutely nothing to do with 3rd and 6. That's where your skill level have to take over then. He's not that look, his off, oh Lord, oh, here we go. Y'all ain't finna like what I'm saying. But all you need to do is don't, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Dak Prescott off the field work is better than his on the field work. Hello. I know y'all don't like it. But when you look at it, am I lying? I mean, am I lying? I ain't lying. His off the field work is better than his on the field work. Just the truth. And the sooner that and like I said before, I said it in the pregame. You don't believe me? Go back a couple hours, look at it yourself, and you'll see it. We got to stop looking at Dak from elite status and look at him through the lenses of a very good game manager eyes. You can't look at him from the top 5 quarterback in the league perspective. He's not that. He's not. And we got Cowboy fans who will argue up and down and say that Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. Been arguing for that for years. And yet the proof keeps showing us that he's not top 5. Most people have him at 10 to 12. And the evidence keeps showing us where he really is. Now, where that is, y'all guys can individualize that, but I'll help you out. He's not top 5. He's not. He's not. And the sooner we look at him from and see, that's the problem. We keep looking at him from elite eyes, like he's elite. So when he has games like this, you're looking at him from an elite status. He's not elite quarterback, top 5. He's just not. He's a game manager type quarterback that has had some elite type moments. He's not consistently elite, but he has had some elite moments. That's Dak Prescott. Notice I ain't talking about it. I ain't saying he's trash. I'm not saying that. I'm saying once you look at him for what he really is, then we can make the adjustments. When you are a game manager, you don't line up your quarterback in shotgun for the first 12 plays of 3 series, of which we went 3 and out. We went 3 and out. We didn't have a first down to the 3rd drive. How you gonna win that? Defense getting tired. I'm just saying. When you're a game manager, you protect your quarterback better than what you did. You can't do that. You just can't. And the reason why we look like that is because everybody in the organization keeps saying Dak is the guy. Dak is he's I tell you, it's good. What Jerry Jones say, man, I tell you, it's great to have this Dak Prescott. I'm telling you, he's it. We believe. We know it. Just because you believe it don't mean you got to put him in shotgun every trade now. Everybody else know it except us. I mean, except the Cowboys. Everybody else know it. Let him be a good game manager. That's what look, his best year was when he was a game manager, which was his rookie year. And I know some of y'all gonna argue and say, well, he threw for 30 touchdowns. He threw for over 44,000 yards. He can do it. No, nope, 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 nope. And you gonna say, look at his stats, big time. Pull up his stats. And on the stats, it's gonna say he threw for 30 touchdowns a few years, and he threw for 4,000 yards, and he made a Pro Bowl by default, I may add, but he made a Pro Bowl, couple Pro Bowls before. And y'all gonna say, well, if he throw for that, he can get the job done. And then some of y'all gonna lean on the fact that he destroyed Tampa Bay in the playoff game and all that kind of stuff. But that's one game. The sun shine on the dog tail every now and then. His best year was when he was handing the ball off to Zeke Elliott when he was playing complimentary football. It is what it is. He's a good quarterback, no doubt. He is. And like I said, I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the coaching staff for putting him in that position. You don't line up a shotgun for the first 3 drives. And you gonna sit and tell me Tony Pollard only had, when the game was tight, they wasn't trying to run it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Our defense, Justin, was a no-show. We got our brains beat out tonight. This is just the bottom line. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If y'all looking for the excuse podcast, y'all can go on find them and enjoy yourself. But for this week here, I'm gonna turn the page on this game probably Tuesday, and then then I'll turn toward the Chargers after that. But I'll hang around tomorrow at some point. I get on talking about this mess again. We got our brains kicked in tonight. We don't belong. The 49ers show we ain't on this level yet. The Cowboys now, watch this. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but it's the truth. The Cowboys are not a top 3 team in the NFC. That belongs to pick your choice. That'll pick your choice. You say, I think the 49ers probably are probably the best team right now. Philly is not too far behind, just depending on how you look at it. Then number 3 now belongs, yes, to the Detroit Lions. Then maybe Cowboys, maybe. They're not a top 3 team. The Detroit Lions are playing better football right now than the Dallas Cowboys. It's the truth. It's the truth. In the NFC, the Cowboys are probably the 4th best team in the NFC. Just calling it like it is. It's the truth. Now, we'll watch this. We will play better Sunday against the Chargers. That's because the Chargers are below the standard of the San Francisco 49ers. We do well against teams like that. Yeah, it's look, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I done seen enough. I done seen enough to say that. We playing Kellen Moore, and I ain't really worried about him because he's going to want to pass the ball. That's Kellen Moore over there. He's going to put the ball in Justin Herbert's hands, and Justin Herbert going to throw the ball 47 times, even though I see you, Dylan, saying that Austin Eckler is going to be back. They ain't going to run the ball like that. Kellen Moore don't do that. We know Kellen Moore, so it's going to be a passing type thing. The only question is, what is McCarthy going to do? You going to try to act like Dak Prescott is in the running for the MVP award? Dak had 3 picks, Justin. He had 3 picks tonight. I mean, come on. All Dak Prescott did was just feed into the narrative that the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, that the Shannon Sharp of the world, they didn't make them a lie. They didn't make them a lie. He added. He did what they said he was going to do. They said that. Stephen A. said he going to have 2 picks tonight. Shannon Sharp said he going to have 2 picks tonight. Dak upped them 1 with 3. So tomorrow is that Stephen A. said, guess what? What happened when you can't hide behind the defense? I can't stand it. What happened when you can't hide behind your defense? What happened when your running game ain't on point and the game now turns into your hand? That's what Stephen A said. Shane said, what needs solutions? What pieces could we trade for? We ain't doing no trade. All trade right now just going to be is for depth. We ain't getting no superstars. If you get a superstar trade, you're going to have to give up a lot. And we know how the Cowboys love their draft picks. So that's not going to happen. There's not going to be any trades except for depth. That's it. It's just that simple. So we going to roll with what we got. And it's going to be good enough to beat a lot of teams. It's just that when you have these type of big games, when we going to win one finally? Or when we going to win them consistently? That's what I want to know. But here's the bigger picture, y'all. This is a sour night tonight. But here's the bigger picture. The game was really for us. It was a bigger game for us because we have to keep pace with the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles if we're really talking seriously about this home field advantage. Now, I know it's a lot of football left. I get it. But as of tonight, guess what happened? We are now 2 games behind the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East. Do you realize that it's going to be hard to catch 2 games? And I understand we can play. We get to play them. So that's 2 games. We beat them twice. Guess what? We make up that. But you can't afford to go back. You can't afford to go 3 games behind. You can't. Because you're not going to make that up. We're in week 5, and we are in a big hole for the division because y'all see what's going on with Philly. They're not losing. So now, if you're really talking about, a wild card, because that's what you're going to be, now you got to be careful. I mean, we can't get into no hole. Y'all see what the rest of the schedule is like for the next 4 weeks? At the Chargers. The Rams come to Dallas. Then we get the bye week. Then we I know we end with Philly. I forgot the other one. Forgive me for not knowing it off the top of my head. But the next 4 games are going to be crucial. This would tell us really where the Cowboys are at after they get through. Jeremy, that's not a recipe that we didn't already know. Stop the run, make Dak throw. That's been the formula all the time because teams ain't scared of Dak Prescott. They want him to throw. Shoot. If I was a defensive coordinator, I would play it the same exact way. I would play it the same way. That ain't nothing new. That's where it always have been. Take away Ezekiel Elliott, make Dak Prescott throw. That ain't nothing new. It's been that way. And Dak Prescott has not killed that narrative yet. And the more that he fails when these type of games keep coming, all the criticism, all the judgments are justified. You can't argue when you ain't saying nothing. There it is. Thank you, Gary. Gary says the next 4 games are Chargers. That's at the Chargers, at the Rams, at Philly, and then the Giants come to Dallas. That's the next 4 games. There's a bye week in between that. So these next 4 games is gonna tell the story. I'm just telling you, it's going to tell the story. It's going to tell the story. And it could very well be like you putting yourself in a hole for a wild card spot if you don't attack it right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Eric says, when will it be time to bench Dak? It's not going to happen, Eric. Because Dak probably would look good against the Chargers. Dak will probably look good against the Rams. Dak may struggle a little bit. Well, I ain't going to say that because he don't struggle against Philadelphia. You know, while y'all Philly fans in here talking, y'all better check the record. He don't struggle against Philly. So that's all I'm going to say about that. You don't believe me? Check the record. He don't lose to Philly. That's just the truth. Who else was it? Let me see. Who else was it? And the Giants. Well, we know they come to Dallas. We're going to beat the Giants. So, I'm just saying. But that's not the big games. Got big games. I'm talking about the quote unquote big games are the Philadelphia Eagles that'll be coming up. And then the teams like the Chargers and Rams and Giants, these are the teams that we usually look pretty good against. So to answer your question again, Eric, when are we going to bench them? That's not going to happen. And who you going to bench them for? I mean, that if you're going to bench them, tell me who the upgrade is, because I don't need nobody on the same level. It's not Cooper Rush, and it sure ain't Trey Lance. So let's stop it, please. So it's not gonna happen. Your real question would be, and that's futuristic. Like, after a game like tonight, I've already been seeing it already in the chat. It was in the chat that I was in. Your question really gonna be is this: can you see making Dak Prescott paying him almost $60 million a year? That's really your real question for a contract extension. See what I'm saying? That's the real big picture. And this is the position that the Cowboys are in. Like, I'm just saying, this is where we are. He still got, a whole season to go. But Dak Prescott don't look like a $55 million quarterback. He don't. He does not, even though he gonna get paid that from somewhere. But the Cowboys look, they all in on him. But he don't, you might just cause you get paid, it don't mean that's what you are. And he does not look like a $55+ million quarterback. He does not. And I ain't scared to say it. He might look that way to y'all, some Cowboy fans, but he don't look like that to me. He don't. That's what he gonna get paid. Justin Ball said, would you rather have Kirk Cousins? Well, that's the same quarterback. That's the same quarterback, Justin. Kirk Cousins have big yardage, plenty of touchdowns. But when these big type of games come up, Kirk Cousins fails too. He ain't won nothing. He ain't won nothing. That Kirk ain't scared to throw it. Kirk will throw it to Justin Jefferson all day long, even though he double covered. And Justin Jefferson have all these gigantic numbers as he has. But what is the Minnesota Vikings record right now? 1-4. 1-4. But Justin Jefferson is on his way to an all-pro season again. The numbers are there, but he can't. Kirk ain't won nothing. Whatever organization that he was with. He never won anything. Dak Prescott, really, what has he won? He ain't won nothing. Won a playoff game, a couple playoff games. Won a couple of divisions, but there's levels to this stuff. There's levels to this stuff. And like I said before, don't get me wrong. This is not all on Dak Prescott. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying that. Now, a lot of y'all gonna blame Dak. I get that. That's on you. I'm not blaming everything on Dak. There's levels to this stuff, and the Cowboys have shown consistently that we're not on that level yet. We're just below it. The games that you need to win to prove to everybody you're on that level, we haven't won it. So now the Cowboys are consistently, well, you tell me, y'all tell me, either we're on closer to that level or we on the same old level. That's what I think where we are, because it's the same story. It's the same story. I ain't gonna say we're an average team, Miss Gwen. I'm not gonna say that we're an average team. I think we're better. It's just that there's a couple of teams that in order to get to that next level, you got to win. And whenever we get the chance to make a statement, we don't get there. Greg says, ain't nobody talking about CD play. To me, it looks like Dak is trying to force the ball to Lamb instead of he ain't get him about 5 targets, Greg. See, that's all. You see what I'm saying? You didn't give it to your playmakers. You didn't give it to. I mean, whenever I look at the stats, and it says that Tony Pollard, who really is our number one playmaker on offense, is not CD. Everything should run through the running game. And you're gonna sit and tell me that for this whole game, even prior to the blowout, when the game was close, you're gonna sit there and tell me at halftime, Tony Pollard only had 4 carries? See what I'm saying? We got a mistaken identity. We put the ball in the hands of Dak Prescott, who Mike McCarthy thinks is our playmaker. No, it's Tony Pollard. Now, in order to get to the playmaker, like you said about CD, well, then you got to go in and throw him the ball. This man only had about 4 or 5 targets tonight. That's it. Please explain to me. Justin says, how many runs did San Francisco get? Well, I'm gonna tell you, and then let the stats speak for itself. They had 41 attempts for 170 yards, Justin. The Cowboys had 19 attempts for 57 yards. And keep in mind, a lot of those runs happened at the end of the game when Cooper Rush was in and Deuce Vaughn and, guys like that. 41 carries, 170 yards. And keep in mind, McCaffrey and the rest of the guys sat out the whole fourth quarter. That's how bad they beat us. Purdy, McCaffrey, and everybody was sitting down. Fred Warner, the defensive linebacker, all-world linebacker, they were sitting down at the end. Come on now. A thorough tail whooping. That's just the bottom line. Thorough destruction. A thorough destruction. Just a total annihilation. And there's nowhere in the world you can dance around it. We got our butts kicked. Bottom line. In every facet that you can think of. See, y'all said, and I'm gonna let y'all go to other podcast shows and let and try to make excuses and all that kind of stuff. Over here, ain't no excuses. On this show, it is what it is. And if you're looking for optimism, you might. It depend on what day it is. I call it like I said. I ain't been too wrong. We're on the second tier of NFC teams. We beat Philly. We can beat Philly. We've done it. We know more. Shane, you're absolutely right. This loss is more embarrassing than the loss to the Cardinals. Yeah, I mean, the whole world was watching. This was pumped up to be the game of the week. It turned out to be a scrimmage game. It looked like a team. It looked like a preseason. It looked like a preseason game for us. 49ers look like they trying to get the Super Bowl. We look like a preseason team tonight. We did. It was totally ridiculous. But guess what? It's week 5. Plenty of football left. We're going to have to turn the page. I'm going to give this one more day. After I think a little bit more, I ain't going to have the all 22 tape. But I really don't even need to see it because that'll tick me off even more just by watching it because it's nothing that came out. It's nothing that came out of this. No. We'll get embarrassed by Philly right now because you can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Well, what does Philly do? I mean, hello. Philly has the best offensive line in football, and they run the ball like crazy. And ain't nobody stopping them. So if we can't stop the run, which is still, how many years does this make that we still have the same story saying that that we can't stop the run? You see what I'm saying? This ain't just started. This been almost a 10-year problem. We still, my God, did Mozzie Smith play tonight? Did OC play tonight? Did Golston play tonight? Did Gallimore play tonight? Did anybody make a play from the defensive tackle position? Other than Hankins. I'll give Hankins a good night. Hankins looked okay tonight. Did anybody make a play? We worked all off season for this. And this is what we got out of it. Don't look good. It don't look good, y'all. But I'm quite sure Dan Quinn will have after tonight. I'm quite sure he'll light a fire to these guys. And I'm quite sure that we will play better against the Chargers. I believe that. The Chargers don't scare me. They're not on, and we can still be beat. But it's going to be interesting to see how we respond after getting embarrassed tonight on national television. This reminds me of for us that are older and used to watch wrestling in the territorial days. Most territories had the wrestling show on TV, and then they would go to the arenas for the big matches. You had to drive out and go. That wasn't going to be televised. Well, here in Memphis, we used to have on Saturday morning TV, wrestling TV, and then that those would be when all the good guys would beat up on jabronis, and then they'll go. And then here in Memphis, we had Monday Night Wrestling. That was at the Mid-South Coliseum, and that's where all the main event stuff going on. Man, San Francisco made us look like TV wrestling tonight. The big boys was playing the jabronis. That's what they made us look like. We weren't even main event status. We was we was the jabronis, the the guys that just get beat up on by all the great guys. Here in Memphis, Jerry Lawler for 40, 50 years. That's and then he'll beat up on some guy that was working at Taco Bell the night before and just beat his brains out for about a good 2-3 minutes. Then those guys would never wrestle on Monday nights in the big arena and all that. That's what San Francisco made us look like tonight. They made us look like pure jabronis. And I can say that because I'm a Cowboy fan. Been one since 1977, so I can talk about my team like that for all y'all. See this star on my chest? Can't nobody take it away but me. I earned the right to talk about the Dallas Cowboys the way I talk about them. I give them credit when it's time to give them credit. And then when they do what they did tonight, I got the same right to say we look like pure trash tonight. That's what separates me from a lot of other Cowboy content creators. I'm going to tell the truth. I don't care how y'all try to twist it up. Y'all are putting lipstick on a pig. You can't dress this up. This was a tail beating of the highest measure tonight. You can't put lipstick on a pig and think that think they're in a beauty contest. No, we got our brains kicked in. The 49ers proved once again that they have our number, and tonight they beat us up real bad for the whole world to see. It was not pretty. We got I ain't gonna say we got exposed because a lot of us kind of knew that we can't stop the run in the first place. So I ain't gonna say we got exposed. I had question marks on us stopping the run, and you know, it really is what it is. Dak Prescott got exposed because Mike McCarthy put him in a position that he shouldn't have been in the first place. Coach McCarthy got exposed tonight. His game plan, if this is what he had as far as game plan, to pass the ball to then open up the running game, that was the wrong game plan. Because there's no other way you can explain it. Since he was in the shotgun the first 3 drives of the night, that's a horrible game plan. He didn't make no adjustments. Even you should have known then, especially with the routes they were running. You know, that ain't gonna. I mean, they just physically just packed it in and dared Dak to throw the ball deep. That's what it is. And he didn't answer the bell. Dan Quinn, unfortunately, got to eat some of this too. He got destroyed tonight. I don't know what his game plan was. Why in the world are we in zone so much? Should have been playing man. Now that part I could see. Why are we in zone so much? Playing 7, 8 yards off the receivers and just letting them run crossing routes and all that because you're in the zone. And I guess what Dan Quinn was trying to figure out, and I can't blame him for testing it. I believe Dan Quinn was trying to say, you know, Brock Purdy can throw when he's man on man, but can he beat a zone? Can we confuse him with the zone? Well, we got that answer tonight. The answer to that is yes, he can beat your zone because he read the field quite right tonight. He read the field right, and he destroyed your zone. So you should have made some adjustments to go flat out man. I don't get it. So everybody got destroyed. Matter of fact, thank you, Justin. What did I tell y'all yesterday? I told y'all yesterday I really wasn't worried about Debo. I told you I ain't wasn't worried about Ayuk, even though he did have some big plays. I told y'all I was worried about George Kittle. Didn't I tell y'all that? I rest my case. What do you have? 3 touchdowns tonight? One was off a flea flicker that Jordan Lewis bit easily. I told y'all, if you watch, you ain't got to believe me. If for those who don't believe me, go back and watch my show from Saturday. And I told y'all, I'm not worried about Debo. Debo didn't do nothing tonight. I told you I ain't really worried about Ayuk. I told you it was going to be George Kittle. I think look, maybe I don't know. Maybe I know a little bit. You understand? Maybe I know a little something. So I raised my case. Now, I just seen somebody was Shane said, I just don't know how the Cowboys recover from this. I know how. The black cloud will hang around. I just think Jerry's going to have to make some moves. Well, all eyes after they get through watching this raggedy tape and answering questions about tomorrow. I already saw Mike McCarthy has been already had his press conference, and everybody get to say the same thing. Look, we got football left, and we're gonna get ready for the Chargers and all that. All eyes go to the Chargers. That's how you recover. You put a win. You put a win up. You go to the Chargers. Because you sure ain't going to the 49ers. We don't want to look. Everybody talking about it. No, we don't want to see the 49ers right now. We ain't on their level. We're not on their level. And if you are fortunate enough to get to the playoffs, I don't know if it's going to be them there, but I do know one thing. Unless a lot of crazy injuries happen, the 49ers will be in the playoffs. I think that's safe to say. They'll be there waiting, and you're going to have to go to their home to play them. Philly, as of right now, I think it's safe to say that Philly is going to make the playoffs. Probably as your division champions. Well, I ain't going to say that. It's still too early. But they're going to make the playoffs. Here's the question. Are we going to make the playoffs? Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed now. Let's see. Yeah. I think we are, to answer the question. I think we are. It's just that we're going to have a real hard uphill battle. The bigger picture one more time, and I'll say this tomorrow too. The bigger picture is because of the tail beating. No, Philly is 5-0. Dylan, I'll give you the credit. They 5-0, and I was just about to do it again with my next statement. The bigger picture from the night is it was more of a statement game for the Cowboys to send a message and say, hey, we here. Didn't do that. So you got knocked down and say, no, y'all there. Y'all ain't up here with us. And when I say us, y'all not up here with Philly and San Francisco. Y'all ain't on that class. Y'all back down there, and we're going to stomp a mud hole in you to make sure you stay down there. That was San Francisco said. But Philadelphia, the bigger picture is this. We're 2 games behind them now. It's going to be hard to catch up. As long as they winning and we losing, you can't fall too far behind. If you're talking about winning the division, you can't fall 3 games behind. Philly is going to have to come back to us for us to really even have a chance at the division. Seriously. We can't afford too many more losses. No, y'all belong, Dylan. The Philadelphia Eagles went to the Super Bowl last year. They're starting off 4-5-0, whatever they are. I mean, hey, you 5-0. AJ Brown looked just as dominant as he was last year. Jalen Hurts, not so dominant, but still great enough. And I really hate to drive it home now, because I'm about to go to bed because I got plenty to say tomorrow too. Oh, hey, Tim Garza. Tim says, 49 fans here. Why does the media and this crazy fan base hype this average team up? Same story year after year. Because it's the most visible franchise in the world, number one. But you know that. Um, Average, I'm not gonna say average. I think they're above average. We just can't win the big game, Tim. And y'all are the big game, and we can't beat y'all right now. So that's bottom line. It is the same story year after year, though. I will give you that. Um, we're gonna have we're gonna have a problem, and the problem is here. And I think y'all still here. Forgive me for the internet. That let me know it's time to go. Go. I don't know what I'm doing out, but it is. That's just a sign I need to. I need to go to bed. I think I'm back right now, Dylan. I think I'm back. Yeah. But a beat down tonight, there's nothing that we said that but the 49ers are a better team than we are. It ain't no doubt about that. They proved it again. They beat us thoroughly, like we stole something from them. They embarrassed us tonight. I didn't think it was gonna be like that. And so it is what it is. I'll take a little bit more as y'all watch these fools talk tomorrow bad about us. The media is gonna destroy the Cowboys, and they deserve it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a comedy show, and we deserve it. Once they get through, I'll be on. It'll probably be in the afternoon. So y'all be looking for me tomorrow afternoon, somewhere maybe between 12 and 1 o'clock. I'll do that. Somewhere between 12 and 1, probably. And I'll talk about this, and then after tomorrow, I'm gonna put this game to bed, and I'm gonna start focusing on the Chargers. 'Cause we got to beat the Chargers. I know y'all want me to keep talking about the 49ers. I'll talk about them tomorrow, this same game. But after tomorrow, I'm on to the Chargers. And so once again, the 49er fans had the bragging rights. I mean, I got to deal with this mess for another whole couple of years until we finally play them again, or the playoffs come because everybody gonna be watching us. What's up, Coach? Ain't nothing to talk about. We got destroyed tonight. It's just the bottom line. And there ain't no phone line open up. I'll deal with all that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I open up the lines. I give you 49er fans and Cowboy haters a chance to laugh and giggle and all that kind of stuff. Everybody except East Side Harold. If you still here, East Side, you better not call in because you can't talk. Not until your Texans win. Don't call in talking tomorrow. I saw your little chat in there. I saw you little. I just want you to know I saw you. You better not call in. I see you, Eddie Woods, 49er fan. I see you. I see you. What else you want me to say? We got destroyed tonight. And I'm gonna say this, and I'll close with this. And I don't care what you Cowboy fans say. Here it is. I said last year that Jalen Hurts would have to do it more for me than just one good year. And he's not compared to last year. I don't think that he's playing directly on that level like he did last year, but he's playing well. And then the thing I said about Purdy was that he don't have to be the man because his defense is so good and his running game is so good that it's not dependent upon him. But you would be a fool and you will not be truthful if you don't say that Purdy has taken that next step. Now, I ain't saying he great. I ain't saying he trash. I'm just saying he looks extremely comfortable and he knows what he is doing and he sees the field well. Purdy earned my respect tonight. I ain't gonna talk bad about him no more. I'll say that. Purdy looks good. And they're playing better than Dak Prescott. Now remember, I said I ain't blaming it on Dak. I'm just calling it as it is. When you look and that's really not fair because, two different systems, different teams, and all that. And I'm not saying. I'm just saying for what the San Francisco 49ers do, Purdy looks better than Dak does in our system. It's really not fair what I'm saying, but I'm just saying. I guess the question would be, if you're taking and Jalen for their system looks pretty good. Of course, they got the best offensive line in the game, but it is what it is. Dak has not changed the narrative, and that is a lot in that. It's a lot in that, but at the end of the day, the quarterback, for some crazy reason, always get the heroism, or they get all the villain. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And until Dak changes that, he's always gonna get this villain stuff. It's just the truth. All right. All right. I appreciate y'all hanging with me for this little post game. I'll hang with you tomorrow sometime, and I will come tomorrow somewhere between probably it's either gonna be between 12 and 1 or 1 or 2. It's gonna be somewhere in that area there. And I'll continue this on tomorrow. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me on tonight. I'm gonna sleep this off and then watch these guys talk bad about us tomorrow, and we deserve to be talked about. And it's going to happen. Cowboy fans, we're gonna get lit up. If you ain't already got lit up, we are gonna get destroyed this week. Do you hear me? It's going to happen. All we need to do is stay in California. I wouldn't even come to Dallas. Just stay in California, do your practice there, and let's go to SoFi and try to beat the Charger team Sunday. That's really the only thing you can do. We got our butts kicked tonight, bottom line, in every facet of the game. Every facet. And we do not belong, as of right now, we do not belong with the San Francisco 49ers. There is a difference. They have our number right now. They done beat us. They done beat us the last 3 times for sure. When it really counted, and then this regular season game in which the whole world was watching, and they did us like this was a scrimmage. That's how they did us tonight. Bottom line, everybody got their butt kicked. Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, we got destroyed. Bottom line. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll try it again on tomorrow. Get ready for me. Thank you for those that came on. If you're not following me, however way you got to me, I ask that you will follow me and press on that live notification. If you're on YouTube, I need you to follow me if you haven't subscribed. Last thing, because I haven't done it the whole time, let's do this real quick. all you 49er fans, um, y'all should have loved the way I talked tonight because I told the truth. I gave you the team credit. Y'all deserve it after a good butt whooping like it was. But here we go. Since y'all doing that, hey, let's go. Oh, y'all already on it. Thank you. Y'all already on it. Hit it. Wherever you watching me from, I need you guys to hit that like button like I'm doing now. Just do this number here. If you ain't gonna hit the Cash App, if you're not gonna hit the star button, and if you're on YouTube and don't hit the super chat, then the least you could do is support your boy by hitting that like button. All right. Thank you so much for that. If you're on YouTube, push that heart button. If you're not gonna do the super chat, hit that heart button. Just smash it on and off. Just do it like that. Send your boy some hearts that helps up. It helps out the thing. Now, let me close with this. Let me really close with this. And I hope some kind of way it get back to the guy that I blocked tonight. Let me say this. Evidently, he don't know who I am, number one. All right. So I'm a man, number one, full-blooded. Then number two, I am an assistant pastor here in Memphis at a church. I'm a preacher. And you can't be talking about following Christ and not treat everybody right. Now, the young man that was on here before, he didn't know. I'm quite sure he don't know who I am. But what I want to tell anybody else, and especially if he gets back to this some type of way, even if I wasn't a preacher, I don't do well with folks who try to be a bully from an internet position. That's about as weak as, and I'm not gonna meet you with the same fire as he came. For those that came late, I don't even really know why I'm not, but I'm gonna put a message here. I never blocked anybody from my show. I've been doing this for almost 2-3 years, but I got my first block tonight because he wanted to call me out of my name and call me the N word, and he couldn't even spell it right. He put Niger down, Niger. Can't even spell it. Can't even spell it right. But thought he was doing something, so I just checked, son, get educated. If you gonna call, at least know how to spell it. You know what I'm talking about? You can't, if you at least spell it right. If you gonna go that route, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, look, you can't pass a spelling test. If you gonna call me the N word, at least spell it right. So that just shows you, you get an A for trying to check. That was at the beginning. It was at the beginning. So if you're gonna try to check and try to do all that type of stuff, at least be proficient in spelling. Shoot, my son know how to spell better than him. He don't even know the word. But I ain't gonna have that. So for future references, just in case somebody's watching this and you feel like, but see, I told y'all we're gonna call the Cowboys. It is what it is. I know I'm black. I mean, hello, I know I'm black, but I ain't no N word. It's just that simple. For people like me, that word means a lot of bad stuff, and I'm old enough. And I'm kind of in between. I was born in 73, just when the civil rights stuff just kind of ended. Well, it ain't never ended. It's still going through it today. I don't feel like preaching here, but it's just really the truth. But Dr. King died in 68. I was born in 73. That ain't too much of a difference. I ain't gonna lie, this is for future references. Don't come on here with that now. Y'all find somewhere else to go. And if you're gonna call, make sure y'all get your dictionary out beside you and learn how to spell. And before you try to type stuff in, it makes you look very, unintelligent. I'm a very educated man, as most of y'all know. I'm in school for my doctorate degree. I'm not. I mean, I got my bachelor's and master's. I'm kind of what they call educated. I really don't like to spend time with folks who are ignorant like that, especially when you show your ignorance. So get you a life. Find you somebody that's gonna get emotional with you. And as long as I got the power, which I do, because all I gotta do is just put a FedEx sticker on your butt and send you on out of here like I did, then you really don't get that much of a stage. It messed me up because Niger, I don't mean to keep going, but Niger is a country over there close in the African region. I ain't insulted by talking about Niger. Niger is a country. I thought the brother was trying to, say this. But then he come back and, he tell me that, oh, okay, I get it. Well, I gonna block you on out of here now. I don't like to do that, but push come to shove because you ain't gonna do that. Oh, I mean Niger. I mean, you gonna spell it, that. Learn how to spell it. If you gonna say it, spell it. Oh, but I forgot. That word is really not in the dictionary, is it? So therefore, it's not a word. Mm. So I ain't gonna get messed up about that. But I bet you sure won't say that live and in color in nobody's face, won't it? See, everybody got the power when they typing. I don't do that, man. So God bless you. If you see this again, hope that you grow up in life. Hope that you get a little Jesus in you. You understand? Jesus can turn your language around because he can get into your heart. Then he can change your heart and he can have you look at things differently. But be honest with you, I'm trying to give you a word of advice. You better look at it differently because, see, if you go out in the street and call somebody that, you're going to be looking at it different because your eye going to be closed. Well, I'm just trying to help you along your way. I'm trying to help you, okay? So don't make that mistake. Stay on the internet and type. Don't get out. Cause see, everybody ain't like me. I'm trying to be nice to you and all that, but I just blocked you. But see, if you go out in the street and you say that to somebody gonna knock your head off. You gonna see all right out of one eye. Okay? Just trying to help you along the way. Okay, I'm done. All right. I'm out. See y'all guys tomorrow. This has been after a real bad night by the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm still here. This is the Big Time Show. See y'all tomorrow. Lord have mercy.